Hello and welcome to another Pauper video. Today we're playing Tron. This is a deck that I love to play. It's a artifact combo deck that we're just going to spew out a bunch of golems or ping our opponent for lethal with Reckless Fireweaver. This deck takes a lot of clicks, so I wasn't able to get it up last week, but we're going to get it done now. The way it works is you take Ashnod's Altar to sacrifice a creature, add 2 mana. Mirror Retriever costs 2 mana, so you can sacrifice Mirror Retriever to get back Mirror Retriever infinitely. That gets infinite counters on Golem Foundry, which gets infinite pings with Reckless Fireweaver. You can also make infinite mana and then draw your deck using Energy Refractor and Blood Fountain, which I've gone over in a different video, and we might come up today. The main thing that I'm trying here is we're going for 3 Ancient Stirrings and 2 Crop Rotations, which is a basically hyper all-in on trying to find Tron early. Because Crop Rotation can get you Tron mana, Ancient Stirrings can find your Tron mana, but it also finds your combo pieces, so you can try to combo off later in the game. One of the better hits in this specific list with Ancient Stirrings would also be a Candy Trail or an Energy Refractor. We have the 4 Expedition maps as well. So we have our 12 Tron lands, 2 Swamp, 2 Grotto, 1 Polluted Mire, which is a cycle land that you can search up with map, and then the rest of the deck. We're just playing 7 of the draw spells with 4 Deadly Dispute and 4 Rowan's Grim Search, which is super awesome. I've described this in a previous video, but you can bargain and see up to 6 cards. It's super good. And then I'm playing the 8 1-drop artifacts here that all can sacrifice to Deadly Dispute for value. So Chromatic Star and Wizard's Rockets. Partially, I just love Wizard's Rockets because the art is really sweet. Not gonna lie. So I'm cutting on the 3rd Weather the Storm from the main deck and just going all in on these 1-drops. If we can get Tron really fast, we don't need the Weather the Storm quite as fast because we can use Candy Trail for life gain. I also think that with glitters in the metagame, we really need to be speedy, and we can cut some of the raw card draw for card selection, which allows us to be able to sneak wins in against a long game deck, and I think that'll be alright. The sideboard here is relatively stock at this point. The only card that's sort of different is this Nature's Claim, which is basically another way to take out a Grudge or a Glitter. And then we've got Serene Heart here for Bogles, which Claim also works against. Grudge for Relics, which also works against Blue-White. And then we have 3 Krark-Clan Shaman to clear the board, 2 Scatter Shots for Fairies and other go-wide decks, and then 3 now Spell Bombs for Terrors or Graveyard decks, 2 more Weather the Storms and Fanged Marauders for life gain against red decks. I love this deck. I put out the Patreon sideboard guide last week, so this is fully updated, and I think we're going to do our best to just crush some people with Tron, and we'll see how it goes. If you're interested in supporting this, check out the Patreon, patreon.com/kalikaiz. Hit me up with a like and subscribe. Let me know what you like in the deck, and we'll see you in the matches. Oh, I'm not playing a Legacy League this time. I gotta update that. We're playing a Pauper League. See you in the matches. Round 1 of our Pauper League, we're on the play. We're gonna keep that. And we will take this, I think. Keep. We've got Wizard's Rockets into double cantrip artifact, and then we can just slam a Deadly Dispute turn 3. So if we find Crop Rotation, we can crop one of the towers for the other Tron land, and then otherwise we'll just keep moving. What is Elvis on? Rustvale Bridge. Could be Blue-White Affinity, could be Boros. Play an artifact, play another artifact. Pass the turn. Now we could sacrifice the Wizard's Rockets here if we wanted. I'm not going to. We also have Double Retriever. So right now the only parts we're missing for our combo are Altar and Golem Foundry. They play a Great Furnace and pass the turn. Interesting. I'm going to crack for black. Let's draw a card. Reckless Fireweaver's not really what I wanted to see. We're going to draw 3 cards and look for a land. No land. Well, we found a map. That's not very good, though. We have the combo now. So we can, in a couple of turns, we just full combo them when they tap out with Reckless Fireweaver. Okay, it's Jeskai. Jeskai Glitters, most likely. There's Galvanic Blast Face, so they don't have to discard the hand size. I'm going to crack the Expedition map. grab a mine, play the mine, pass the turn. Next turn, if we don't find Tron land, we can go alter or play the retriever. And then, I guess it depends if they're holding up Metallic Rebuke, but we can alter, sacrificing the retriever to get back the expedition map, to play the expedition map to get our Tron online. They have a Mirror Enforcer, so I guess I just play out the retriever. Playing some Hawks, picking up a land, Golden Foundry, Mirror Retriever, pass the turn. They play a bridge, and they glitter up the Glinhawk, so... Oh, geez, that sucks. We're going to take 8. Not drawing any lands here has been pretty brutal. I'm going to sacrifice the Wizard's Rockets for black-green. Found a mine, which doesn't do anything. I guess I can play the mine. Grim Search this. I don't really know how I get out of this. Take the star. Finally find the power plant. Alright, we're just dead, unfortunately. 3 lands in the top 20 cards. Brutal. Okay, maybe it was a bad keep, but we had so many good cards going. Okay, we want this. We're going to bring the Nature's Claim and the Grudge. And we know that they are on a Glitters kind of deck. Jeskai Glitters. So we want to bring in maximum life gain. We can cut on this combo piece. I think I'm going to cut the Golem Foundries completely and try to make a ton of mana, or make a ton of life. And then... I still need 3 more cuts. But I need a combo win to beat this deck. Since they are... I definitely want the Reckless Fireweaver, I think, as the win condition. So I need this at minimum. Maybe I can trim 1 Weather the Storm. And 1 Rockets. And 1 Stirrings. Alright, let's go. I'm gonna keep this. We have turn 4 Tron here. Let's play Tower into map. So if we draw a Tron land, we can just crack for the next Tron land. We do have the Energy Refractor here. If we don't draw a Tron land, we can play Polluted Mire into another map, and then next turn map again, then map again. Turn 4 we'll have Tron. They've got Ornithopters. Okay, we did find the Tron land, so that is very nice. Much better than the last game, where we're just going to have turn 3 Tron. We can play out the Energy Refractor and then map and dispute the map. Turn 2 Glitters, of course. Okay, that's very tilting, but we're doing our best. Play Refractor. I can find the... Okay, let's Candy Trail. Vanguard Marauder on top. Okay. Mirror Retriever and Vanguard Marauder. On top, put on top. I'm going to play the Expedition map, and then Deadly Dispute it, so that I can get more mana. Then hopefully I can play the Marauder next turn and crack the Candy Trail and gain a ton of life. Frogmite for our opponent. Thoughtcast, so they're tapped out of Metallic Rebuke. Plays a Relic, of course. Alright. You've got a Relic. Gets rid of an Expedition map. I guess I should have gotten rid of the Deadly Disputes because I have no way to get it back. Attacks for 9. So we have 7, 8 mana. Green. Play Fang Marauder. My goal is to just try to get infinite life, or large amounts of life, and then figure out how to win. Okay, let's crack the Candy Trail. We're going to gain a lot of life, but not sure if it's going to be enough. We're going to go to 14. There's the Grudge. So next turn, if we survive, we're taking 9, 10, 11 minimum. We can blow up this and this. Get rid of Deadly Dispute. They need 3 artifacts on the table to win. They Thoughtcast. 10. They need 2 more artifacts. 11. That might be enough. 11, 12, 13, 14. Dang it. That's tilting. Okay. Well, we're 0-1. We lose against the Turn 2 glitters. Hopefully that does not survive very long in this format. Oh well, on to the next. Okay, round 2, we're going to pull it back. We have turn 3 Tron and Chromatic Star. So that's kind of what I built the deck to do, and let's see if it can accomplish anything after that. Land, map, land, crack the map for power plant. We got our turns mapped out at least. Our opponent mulligans to 6. Mine, map, go. Callgate, green. So this is, what is this? White, green. Okay. Map, and we're gonna get power plant. We might have to Ancient Stirrings off the Chromatic Star, and I'm trying to find another colored source. Okay, they're gonna Abundant Growth, so this may be a Naya Gates deck, which we haven't seen really at all lately. Power Plant, Chromatic Star, crack it for green. Looking for an Energy Refractor, I guess, at this point. Ancient Stirrings. I'm gonna take the Candy Trail here because I don't really want to lose. Let's put these on top. Hopefully we can find a way to shuffle. But we're going to play Candy Trail because I don't want to get journeyed on my Mirror Retriever. I don't have any way to sacrifice it either. Alright, I think I can take both of these. And then I'm going to pass the turn. Even though I could crack the Candy Trail, because next turn I can play Chromatic Star, sacrifice it for black, and Deadly Dispute the Candy Trail to get another colored source. They play Manor Gate. Alright, it appears to be green-white. Still green-white. I don't know what's going on yet. This looks like a core Skyfisher deck with the Abundant Growth. Alright, Chromatic Star. Crack for black. And we'll Deadly Dispute the Candy Trail. Play Golem Foundry. Can play an Expedition Map. Yield to those triggers. And then I can now just go ahead and play a Mine. Crack the map for the Grotto. Now our Mirror Retrievers are shuffled back into the deck. We can pass the turn. They sacrifice and draw a card with the clue. Okay. They're going to gate up their Thraben Inspector. Attack for 5. That's not that big of a deal considering we have these Weather the Storms in hand. Let's lean on Ancient Stirrings off the treasure token so that I can get a good scry off the Grotto. Find Altar and Retriever. I'll take the Retriever and then put Altar, Fountain. Hopefully we can shuffle again, basically. Let's go play the Grotto, which gives us a scry. Golem Foundry again, okay. Play the Mirror Retriever. So we get a counter on the Golem Foundry. We can now Deadly Dispute the Mirror Retriever. I can take the Candy Trail or the Chromatic Star, but I need the Chromatic Star in order to Weather the Storm this turn. No, I have the treasure token, so I'm gonna take the Candy Trail. Play Golem Foundry. Play Candy Trail. Make some Golem tokens, maybe. Alright. Let's scry. Rockets and Ancient Stirring. I'm going to keep both. We can draw through all of that with the Candy Trails, and let's Weather the Storm. Alright, your turn. I will gain 18 life. 32. So we only have the one Weather the Storm left in the deck, and we can't recycle them. They're going to make their creature much bigger. Attack for 6. Okay. That's fine, I think. I'm going to pop out a Golem on end step and start attacking them. We'll go Wizard's Rockets into Candy Trail. Oh no, I need to draw a card first because I know I'm drawing the Ancient Stirrings. Let's draw a card. Play the Candy Trail. So we can see if one of the cards on top we want to draw with the Candy Trail. Altar, yes. Chromatic Star. Okay, I'll take both of these. Draw. We can play the Chromatic Star and sacrifice it for green, which gives us the Altar in hand, and then we can just cast the Ancient Stirrings. So if we find a Mirror Retriever, we win. Another Candy Trail or a Golem Foundry. At this point, I think we just want the Candy Trail. I'll do any order. Play Candy Trail. So once again, if there's a Mirror Retriever in the top 2, let's Maybe we want to shuffle again. We put a bunch of mirror triggers on the bottom, I think. I'll just bottom both of these. Then go land. We can play the Astronaut's Altar or just go ahead and weather again. Don't think I need to weather at this moment. So let's play the Astronaut's Altar. This gives us basically a bunch more golems because that completed the 3 sets on both the golem foundries. So we're going to have 15 power on the table. And if they journey to nowhere, now I can sacrifice the golem to fizzle the journey here and make it take out the Thraven Inspector. Raffine's Informant. So it's like a green-white bully deck. Interesting. Discards Prismatic Strands, which does not stop the golems. Okay, they're playing Cerulean Gatekeepers. I'm just going to make some golems and pass the turn. They're going to gain 7 life. So our opponent's back at 24. Let's go ahead and draw a card. Rowan's Grim Search is pretty good. So we can Grim Search one of these golems and use make a lot of colored mana off the Wizard's Rockets. I think that's going to be my plan. Attack with everything. So they're going to eat no, they can't actually. They're just conceding? Okay. Fine. I don't think it was anywhere near over. Alright, Gates, we want life gain. Don't need the Fireweaver. We can cut a crop rotation. Bring in an Ancient Grudge. And cut another crop rotation. The crop rotations are meant, to be like extra fast. And we don't necessarily need that, so we can kind of like slow down. Fangren Marauder is going to help push life gain over the top of them, and Ancient Grudge for relics. Sometimes if they're just a Flyers deck, I would cut a Golem Foundry, but they do have things on the table, and the Golems help to block the Guardian. Okay, we have Natural Tron. Oh no, we don't. That's fine. Go land into Rockets. They play a land. They make black on the Citadel Gate. It's interesting. Are they going to duress me? Here's a Basilisk Gate for our opponent. It is a duress. That's very strange. Probably takes the Deadly Dispute. Yep. And they just slam a relic. Windmill slam a relic. I'll play my Candy Trail out. Star and a Rockets. So these are just cantrips. I'm going to take them. Pass the turn. So I'm just basically making land drops in the face of the relic. It's not a way to win. Now they've got a Sacred Cat in play. Play Rockets. I could play the Mirror Retriever. I know I'm going to be drawing. Let's pass the turn. So on their end step, I can cycle Polluted Mire and just crack the Rocket. They attack for 1. Definitely problematic that they have that duress, but I wonder if they're like Abzan Gates. They are Abzan. Okay, that's fine. Or that's interesting. So they've got the Deadly Dispute of their cat. There's an Abundant Growth, so that means they're probably going to bring the cat back. Okay. Let's cycle this. Crack this. They're going to relic away my Polluted Mire. We draw a card. Looking for mine. Our Deadly Dispute. We find a Grotto. Alright, we'll see what's on top. Don't want the swamp. Let's draw off the Candy Trail. There's a mine. I'm a little bit nervous about playing out the Blood Fountain. Pass the turn. So they're playing a Black Dragon Gate, and they're going to make their cat a 5/5. Probably. They eat the Wizard's Rockets with the Relic. They have to tap out to make the cat bigger. Guess they're good with that. Attacks for 5. Okay, my turn. Looking for... Well, Ancient Stirring is pretty decent. So let's crack their Wizard's Rockets. Make a bunch of colored mana. We're going to go green, 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 and the rest black. Okay, Stirrings. We find the altar. Any order. Stirrings again. Find an Energy Refractor or a Candy Trail. We have 4, 7, 8 mana. I think I'll take the trail. Play the trail off of the tower. So Deadly Dispute's pretty good. On the bottom, if I Mirror Retriever right now and Deadly Dispute it, on their turn they can exile it, but that's maybe okay. Let's go black. Deadly Dispute the Mirror Retriever. I guess we could Deadly Dispute the Candy Trail. No, that doesn't really work. I'm trying to figure out if there's a way to have enough mana to be able to, like, play everything, including the Golem Foundry if we draw it. Doesn't seem so. Okay, there's a Grudge, which kind of fixes this whole thing with the Relic. Get rid of that. Blitz Strings. There's a Golem Foundry. Okay, you can see how this card selection thing is working out this time. Alright. Don't really need the raw card draw when we're just drawing a million cards, or like looking at a million cards. Like Candy Trail. Let's bottom both of these and play the Blood Fountain. Pass the turn. So next turn we have infinite mana. They play Gate Creeper Vine, which gets them another Basilisk Gate if they want, or any of the tap gates. They grab a Citadel Gate so they can name a different color, and they choose black. They're going to Dawnbringer Cleric away the Mirror Retriever, which is pretty annoying. Gets in. So you can probably Dawnbringer away another Mirror Retriever. Let's go. Golem Foundry. Altar. I think I'm going to crack the Candy Trail. Okay. Play Mirror Retriever. Sacrifice the Retriever. Grab the Candy Trail. Maybe it should just be the Star at this point. I can play Star, Star, Deadly Dispute the Star, draw a bunch of cards. Or I can... I'm taking the Candy Trail, because the Candy Trail is going to see more cards, I think, since we can bottom. There's the Retriever. So we go infinite, top, top, draw into the Retriever, make a Golem, make some Mirror Retrievers. Alright. Now we just have to loop. So I set up my windows like this, so I can just click back and forth. Alright, let's do this. Thing is that the Ancient Grudge keeps popping out while you're in the middle of the loop. Alright, there we go. So I'll check in with you after the looping. Oh, they scooped it up. That was nice of you. Thank you, opponent. We'll see you in round 3. Round 3 versus Parallax, who likes to play Jeskai or Familiars. I don't think I can keep this one. Crop is pretty good against them. Let's keep and put back the basic. If they are going to be on a Jeskai list. Play Mind Pass. Then we'll pass again. Okay, let's play the Polluted Mire out so that we can hard cast a Rowan's Grim Search. Or we can just get the Golem Foundry onto the table. They cast a Preordain. So it is Jeskai Wildfire confirmed. Let's get the Golem Foundry. That's the best thing to get onto the table early because they can't really deal with it in game 1. Could be playing a Cast into the Fire or something. They Wildfire my land. So that's why I put my basic away. Grab a basic. Play map. Let's go ahead and grab a tower. Reason being, I just don't want to give them more opportunities to get rid of all my power plants. Pass. Pass again. Here comes a Archaeomancer for the Wildfire. Wow, we found Tron. That's pretty good. Play Mirror Retriever. I'm gonna Grim Search, sacrificing the Mirror Retriever, and get back the Expedition map. I'll take Grim Search and Retriever. So I can go play the map and the Retriever. Next turn, use my 2 basics to get the other Tron land. Let's do that. Map. Pass the turn. Okay, they take out another power plant. That means we only have 1 left in the deck. Are you going to attack? They say no. They're holding up Counterspell. So we could get them here. Let's crack the map for power plant. Play the power plant. Now I'm going to attack you. So I'm going to attempt to Rowan's Grim Search with Bargain on the Mirror Retriever. If they don't counter it, then we are doing okay. If they do counter it, then we get back the Retriever, play Astronaut's Altar, and win the game. Interesting. Take the Grim Search. Expedition map. Let's play this Mirror Retriever. Kind of feel like they have a counterspell here. They could also be on Wildfire. They're going to counterspell the Mirror Retriever, which makes sense. Play an Astronaut's Altar. Pass the turn. Now we've got 2 3/3s on the table. They can start strip mining me right now, because we've got 3 power plants in the graveyard, which is pretty bad. Finds a Scred. Scred's my 3/3. Ooh, burn. Are they going to can scoop? That was not a very good Scred. Sucks for them. Draw a card. Ice my tower. Okay. Alright, we found the loop. They scoop it up. They value their time. Nice. So we're going to get rid of the Weather the Storms, basically, and then just go all in on anti their stuff. We don't really need the Reckless Fireweaver. Can bring in the 3 Nile Spell Bombs. And then I want to bring in maybe 1 Grudge. I don't know. I'm going to have to look at Parallax's list. Okay, he's got no relics in the sideboard, so we don't need the Ancient Grudge. Scattershot can be okay, but it's probably not needed. So let's just submit. The whole game plan is to just stop them from doing their thing with the Nile Spellbomb. We've got double map, so we can go mine, map. If they turn to Wildfire me, we can still crack the map, play another map. Do probably have to watch out for Dust to Dust or something. Okay, we find another power plant. Maybe I should have led on the power plant so they would Wildfire that one. Cycles a Lorien Revealed. Land. Grab my tower. My assumption is that they take out one of my lands here. They took out the power plant, which is good for me. Play my tower that I got, that they know about. Play the map, and then play a Nile Spellbomb. Don't expect Spell Pierce. I guess they could have Spell Pierce. Alright, I'm going to pass. I'm leaving up the Spellbomb here. Cycles and Ash Barrens. I'm trying to get rid of their Wildfire, but I also want to have this just available at instant speed. I don't need to crack it right now. They have 4 mana. They're going to Wildfire again. So we can get rid of 2 of their Wildfires. Alright, let's go ahead and play a Power Plant. Play Chromatic Star. I'll pass the turn. Let's see if they slam a Muldrifter here. Another Wildfire. Let's Deadly Dispute the Chromatic Star, see if I can draw it into a crop rotation. They're going to counterspell. We'll get rid of their graveyard. So we got rid of 1 counterspell and 3 Wildfires. Pretty good. Play the tower. Crack for a power plant. Play a rocket. Play a candy trail. So mine and tower. I'm just going to bottom everything here. I don't want more lands. Hopefully they just don't have the 4th Wildfire in the top 18 cards. Augur of Boros is not Wildfire, luckily. Finds a counterspell. Power plant. Let's cycle. An Energy Refractor. Play that out. That might get a counterspell. Nope. Okay. So now we have colored sources. Loving that. I'm going to crack this for green, green. Black. Play the Stirrings. Find a Mirror Retriever. I can put another Mirror Retriever. I guess I'm just going to put these Deadly Disputes on top of it. Then I'm just going to draw a card. Play this Rocket. Pass the turn. So we have 1 of each Tron land in hand, which means that we're not dying to a Wildfire necessarily. Our opponent's going to peck in for 1 off their Augur of Boros. We know they have counterspell in hand. Plays Murmuring Mystic. Kind of annoying. So just get more mana out. Play a Mirror Retriever. Probably Counterspell. So I get a creature. Let's crack this. Grab some greens. Another Mirror Retriever. Okay. We have Altar. We have a Retriever. Let's Star. Crack this for green as well, I guess. If I find the Golem Foundry right now, it's GG. Candy Trail. Can we find the Golem Foundry? They've used multiple counterspells. Golem Foundry on top. Okay, top this. Let's draw with the Candy Trail. Play the Blood Fountain. So if something terrible happens, we can Blood Fountain loot, and then we can get the... Like if they go for Wildfire, we can loot away whatever land they didn't Wildfire, and then we can get the Golem Foundry. And next turn, we can fight through at least one counterspell. Maybe two. They're going to evoke and flicker a Mole Drifter. Sorry. Okay. Drifter draws them 2 cards. They go to 5 cards in hand. They do not have an Ephemerate. Get in for 1. Okay. Golem Foundry. Counterspell. Okay. Alter the Retriever. Get back the Golem Foundry. Play the Golem Foundry again. And then we're going to Blood Fountain back the 2 Retrievers. Play the Retriever. I mean, they could have... Uh-oh, that's bad. They have Stonehorn. They said they have Stonehorn. Okay. Let's play this Mirror Retriever. So we can now sacrifice the Retriever to get back the Blood Fountain. Make a black. Play the Blood Fountain. Then we're going to discard the land. Crop rotation. Unfortunately, now we have to do some loopy stuff. Get the Mirror Retriever. So my plan here is to make infinite golems and then get back all my Nile spell bombs. But I have to loop a lot. Forgot about Stonehorns. So I ended up I wasn't talking, but I grabbed back the Nile Spellbomb with the Mirror Retriever and then used the Blood Fountain to get back double Mirror Retriever. So this is the Mirror Retriever Blood Fountain loop. You have infinite mana. You can keep sacrificing Blood Fountain to get back your other stuff. I feel like he might have... Okay. So he has understood the loop and then scooped it up for time purposes. We would have tried to draw into... I'm just looking for that second Golem Foundry. Once you find the second Golem Foundry, it's a little bit easier, and then you just put a lot of Blood Fountain, Nile Spellbombs onto the table. So in paper, we would not have had a deterministic win there with the Fireweaver, but we could draw our deck and get infinite golems, and then put 3 Nile Spellbombs on the table, which means that they won't be able to actually loop. So we will be able to brute force through a Stonehorn. All right, on to the next. Round 4, we're still in it. 2-1 now. On the play versus the Baggin. We have good cards, I guess. We have turn 3 Tron. Candy Trail to lead us off. Land. Play the trail. Okay, wow. We'll keep. I like the extra draw of Deadly Dispute, and Energy Refractor is always welcome, at least for the first copy. Looks like they're on a Boros Gates deck. We'll play the Power Plant and just play the Energy Refractor, drawing the known card. Then we can play Tower, crack the Candy Trail, play the Mirror Retriever, Deadly Dispute the Mirror Retriever, get back the Candy Trail. No, it may be just Colgate then. So we can play the Mirror Retriever. Well, let's Candy Trail first. This is red, white. Oh, Jeskai something's. Jeskai stuff, okay. Let's play Mirror Retriever. Pass the turn. See if I can eat Journey to Nowhere with the Deadly Dispute. No. Okay. So it's... I got a little confused. I thought this was Seagate for a second. But it is just... So we were planning on Deadly Disputing this regardless. So we got to get their Lightning Bolt out of their hand. Pretty nice. But they could have a Dawnbringer Cleric. Let's pass the turn. And now... we can play the Crystal Grotto, and then, yeah, there's a Dawnbringer Cleric. We play the Crystal Grotto, and then sacrifice using Crop Rotation with the trigger on the stack. Find a Weather the Storm. So, put the Scry trigger on the stack. We're going to go ahead and crop this for a tower. Get a bunch of mana in play. Tower. Alright, and we get to let this scry resolve. I'll take the rockets. Play Chromatic Star. Let's go ahead and crack this for black. Then I can play the rocket. Actually, let's play the trail first. Just to see what's on top. Get that scry value in. Candy Trail. I'll take another Candy Trail, I think. Let's play now the rocket. And then I can Candy Trail again. Candy Trail. We're doing stuff. Okay, do I want the Fire Weaver? I definitely don't want the Grotto. Fire Weaver is a way to close the game that we don't necessarily need. I'm going to bottom that. Deadly Dispute on the rocket. So we're drawing 3 cards here. And we can just go ahead and weather the storm. Found another Mirror Retriever. So here we would have had infinite life lined up if we had the... So I guess I probably want... If we'd had the other Retriever in the graveyard. So I can get another extra life if I just play the rockets first and I lose my token. That's probably okay. Gain 24 life. Is it 24? 8 times 3? Yes, okay. I can math. I can has math. So it's Boros Synthesizer Gates. Interesting. They're going to Skyfisher, picking up the Synthesizer after playing a land. They find a Sacred Cat. They can actually cast it if they want to. They get in for 1. So given the threat of the Dawnbringer, I don't really want to play the Mirror Retriever if I don't have to. They're at 49. So I can map for the Cycle Land. Crack the map. Cycle Land. So now we've reshuffled too. Map again. So now this map is just thinning. At this point, I think I grab the Crystal Grotto so that I can use it later. Let's draw a card. Deadly Dispute's nice. Just go ahead and Deadly Dispute the Wizard's Rockets, putting me up to 7 cards in hand. And Candy Trail here. Play the Candy Trail. So I don't need another altar, but I'll take another Candy Trail. And I'll pass the turn. So Candy Trail is really nice, especially versus these mid-range decks. It just keeps gaining you a bunch of life against what they're doing. And setting up your draws is pretty sweet. Especially once you have Tron online like this. Like, we have perfect mana. We have max towers. The rest is just the Tron lands. We have the Energy Refractor online. Okay, they find a Guardian off of the Synthesizer that they can't cast. Plays a Citadel Gate. Guardian's exiled forever, which I'm down. Gets in for 4. Sure. You have any follow-up? No. What does that mean? We have another Candy Trail. We don't necessarily need to do the Grotto right now, so I just play the tower. Maximum mana. Candy Trail. We see Star Rocket, so let's go and draw both of these. Draw a card. Draw a card again. Play the Rocket. Play the Star. I think it's safe to just pass the turn. I don't know. I can just Deadly Dispute the Rocket right now. There's a Golem Foundry. So if we find Mirror Retriever soon, we'll be doing good. Let's map and thin. Crack that for a random land, power plant. And pass the turn. Pass again. So we have 7 cards in hand again. We're down to 25 cards left in the library. Is our opponent going to pick up the... Nope. I was thinking they maybe would want to pick up the Dawnbringer, but they did not. They picked up the Synthesizer and found a Basilisk Gate, which they don't play. They play the Cliff Gate instead. Kind of strange. Just holding up this mana. Post board here, they're going to have maybe a bunch of Cast Into the Fires or Dust to Dusts. And our opponent's going to attack for 4, putting us to 50. Man. Pretty ahead. Okay, so now we get to play, our full combo. Foundry, Altar, And then I'm going to go Mirror Retriever into another Mirror Retriever. I think I'm going to scry here off the Grotto. Crop Rotation I don't want. Let's sacrifice the Mirror Retriever and get back a Candy Trail. Kind of looking for Blood Fountain or more Golem Foundries, just to make it quicker. So we found none of those things. Bottom. Let's crack this for black, just in case we draw into a draw spell. Find another Mirror Retriever. Play another Chromatic Star. Can crack that one for green. Another Golem Foundry. Cool. So play the Golem Foundry. And then we can now proceed to loop. On Magic Online, the looping is the fastest with exactly 2 Golem Foundries in play, simply because at 3 you just have way too many triggers on the table, and then it just goes nuts. There are 22. They could maybe Basilisk Gate up their Sacred Cat, and they have a bunch of blockers. So I'm going to go to like 45 power on table. Turn 7 is not very fast for a combo deck, but what's nice is that we just gain so much life that we push back right through it. And that's kind of the way that I like to play these combo decks. I like to play it so that it's kind of just a value combo that you just eventually get there. My opponent was F6 for a while, but then they un-F6, and I just don't know what they're thinking. Maybe they have a Strands that they want to play in response to something like the Munitions. Now I'm just going to draw a card with the Candy Trail. Oh, they just they let me loop, and then they conceded when they figured I was done looping. Okay, that's smart. If you were going to concede anyway, might as well let me burn my clock. Okay, versus Boros decks, we don't really need the Reckless Fireweaver. They don't seem like they are playing a package where they could include playing a Krark-Clan Shaman. We want the 2 Fangren Marauders, and we want an Ancient Grudge. They're a slower Boros deck, so I think I'm just going to cut the crop rotations and run it like that. You could also consider cutting a Golem Foundry here, since they're mostly a Flyers deck, but we'll submit. Okay, so this is the classic Ancient Stirrings opener where you have 1-drop, crack for green, Ancient Stirrings, but we also have Energy Refractor as a follow-up. Double Golem Foundry in hand is not super good in this position because they could have Dust to Dust and Cast into the Fire, but I'm going to keep it. We're on the draw. Our opponent mulligans to 6, plays a Cliffgate and passes the turn. Cliffgate on white. Makes sense. Well, we found... I was going to say no second land, but we found a Polluted Mire, so that counts. Wizard's Rockets coming into play tap doesn't really matter in this position, because we can just use it for green on turn 2 anyway. Okay, that's another tap land for our opponent. We're going to pay 1. Done. And then choose green. Ancient Stirrings. Darn. Okay, I guess we take the Expedition map. And then play the Polluted Mire out. So we just cleared 5 cards with no lands. So hopefully we'll find another one. I don't really want to just run the Expedition map out naked because I think it will get eaten. If Seeker the Way. I'm going to try an Energy Refractor to draw a card. Trying to draw land. Find a Power Plant. Okay, I can pass. Pass the turn again. So this upcoming turn we can go map, crack map, get mine, play Chromatic Star. They have Wedding Invitation. So their plan is to gate up a creature and then invite it to attack for lethal. Alright, we're going to take 3 here. But our Fangren Marauder can come into play pretty soon. Of course, Skyfisher is going to pick up the Wedding Invitation, which means they're going to attack for 5 minimum next turn. Map. Crack the map. We get the mine. We could play the mine and then play Chromatic Star into Blood Fountain. And then next turn we can just play Fangren Marauder and crack. Because this coming turn, I guess we can go Fangren Marauder off the Chromatic Star, Blood Fountain, discard. I think I'd just rather have the card right now. Draw a card. Okay, let's play this Wizard's Rockets, I guess, instead of Blood Fountain. Our opponent casts Lembas into Wedding Invitation. Okay. Another thing is that the Seeker of the Way gains a ton of life, which makes it kind of annoying to close the game. But last game they were fine with just scooping once I had infinite, so maybe they'll be fine again. Interesting that they're not playing the Wedding Invitation. That must mean that they have a Cast into the Fire. Glinthawk, okay. Okay, I guess I see what's on top with the Grotto. Mirror Retriever. I sort of do want that. Let's play the Fanged Marauder. I can play the Blood Fountain. And then I can just discard the Ancient Grudge, drawing the Mirror Retriever. Put my windows down where they were. Pass the turn. So at minimum, if they have a Journey to Nowhere, we can just crack the Wizard's Rockets for another 5 life and draw a card. They have a Limbus. Gotta yield to that as well. And what did they do? They scryed bottom. I guess maybe they're looking for the Journey then. Cast the Wedding Invitation. Can't really afford to block the Secret Away, even though it looks like we would kill it. They could just Lightning Bolt me and then trade. Probably don't want to trade. They're going to attack for 8. I'll take the 8. Just swing right back for 5. It's a Relic. So we can kill the Relic with the Ancient Grudge that's in the graveyard. Right now, let's draw a card. Make it green. Pop this thing. They're going to make us exile our Ancient Stirrings. We're going to gain 5 life. The question is whether or not I should play the Golem Foundry. Let's crack the Wizard's Rockets. We'll go green, green, and then a bunch of black. Gain 5 life again. So we find a power plant. I'm going to play 1 Golem Foundry, and then the Wizard's Rockets, and then just play a Weather the Storm. Pass the turn. Right now I'm looking for a draw spell. I don't think I haven't seen any Deadly Disputes or Rowan's Grim Searches. But that's okay. Swing for 5. They're at 31. We're at 31. They're now at 25. If they crack the Wedding Invitation to give it the thing unblockable, we get to gain 5 life. Plays a Synthesizer. Alright. They find the Journey to Nowhere finally. Okay. So our Fanged Marauder's gone. Our life gain is kind of gone as well. Because we already used 1 Weather the Storm. Really need to draw into something. Of course, we have the Candy Trails and whatnots. Attacks for 8 again. Okay, we have Expedition Map, but it doesn't really do anything. I think I have to map for the Grotto, which will give me a Scry. And then I can use the Wizard's Rockets to draw whatever I see. Trying to find a Deadly Dispute of some sort. Scry 1, Fanged Marauder again, huh? Is that good enough? Rockets. So we'll go green, green. Okay, they've cast into the fire for the Foundry. I did kind of expect that. Play Fanged Marauder. Let's just put a Mirror Retriever onto the table as a blocker. Pass the turn. Opponent plays another Synthesizer. Finds a Citadel Gate. They probably play that. They're going to attack. Well, I'm definitely blocking. So this means they have Dawnbringer in hand. Whatever. I can't really do anything about it. I'm going to get back the Chromatic Star because that doesn't enter the battlefield tapped. They are going to play a Dawnbringer Cleric as expected. Gets rid of the Mirror Retriever. 2 cards in hand for our opponent. So we have 1 additional Golem Foundry left in the deck. We have 3 Mirror Retrievers left in the deck. And we have a lot of card draw that we could draw into. Let's play this Golem Foundry. Play a Chromatic Star. And then what are we going to do here? I'm just going to crack it for green, I guess. I already have black on the table. So we can set up our always yields here. Always yes. Can't do it on the opponent's turn for some reason. Find a Weather the Storm. Don't think I need that. Let's pass. I'm just going to attack. It's just weird how we didn't draw any Ancient Stirrings. We didn't draw any Deadly Disputes whatsoever. No Candy Trails. You have another Journey. 2 mana. They're cracking a Synthesizer. They find a Sacred Cat. So assume they play the Sacred Cat. Oh, they're just going to attack. For some reason, they don't attack with their Glinthawk. We take some damage. Sacred Cat comes onto the table. What else? Another Sacred Cat. 2 cards in hand for our opponent, 1 card in hand. My turn. Another Mirror Retriever. So if they have another Journey to Nowhere, it's a problem. But I'm going to run it out. Pass the turn. We just need to draw cards. I'm going to block and then get the Chromatic Star and then play and sacrifice the Chromatic Star. I could also play and sacrifice the Chromatic Star, Blood Fountain the thing back. Now I'm just going to yield until the next end step so that if they play a lot of spells, I can cast the Weather the Storm that's in my hand and gain a lot of life. They're going to attack for a bunch. Still just 2 cards in hand. Going to block with a Mirror Retriever. Turn off my yield. That way, if they go for another Dawnbringer Cleric, I can just Blood Fountain back the Mirror Retriever. Let's get back the Chromatic Star again. We're at 28. Tapping some mana and playing. Okay, they're going to crack another Synthesizer, revealing a Basilisk Gate. I suppose they could play that this time? Yeah, they do play the Basilisk Gate. That is a big, big gate. Another Relic. Okay. So we can trade the Blood Fountain for the Relic, basically. And our opponent was pretty high on clock, but now they are not. Now if we find Ashnod's Altar, we can go infinite. Still have to just try to draw into it right now. So we don't have any card draw. Green. Looking for a Ancient Stirrings. Candy Trail's pretty decent. Now we actually have a golem we can make. Okay, Grim Search and Ancient Stirrings. So I think I want to bottom the Ancient Stirrings and draw the Grim Search. Use the Candy Trail. Play the Mirror Retriever. So I have to leave up 4 mana in order to be able to Blood Fountain in response to the Relic. 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Let's Grim Search. Bargain the Retriever. Get back the other Retriever. Here, if they crack the Relic, which they are going to do, we have our onboard way to beat the Relic with the Blood Fountain, getting back these 2. But we do lose the Blood Fountain now, so our Blood Fountain loop is now turned off. We are going to get back our Mirror Retrievers. The graveyard gets exiled, but now Grim Search is going to put a bunch of stuff into the graveyard. Okay, I'm just going to take the 2 draw spells, and I'll pass the turn. It's going to be hard to actually win, because they are going to gain a bunch of life. Opponent casting Lembus. Okay. They put a card on top, which is a little bit nerve-wracking. Man, that's really bad. Really not very good at all. We will make Golem and pass. We have 1 Golem Foundry left in the deck. So I think we're at the point where we're like kind of stressed to actually close the game out, because if we loop, we're going to time out, but if we don't loop, they might time out. This is like kind of wonky. Play Mirror Retriever. I'm going to use the Bargain on the Retriever and get back my other Retriever. All right, what do we got? Candy Trail, Deadly Disputes. Okay. So the first thing I'm going to do is play the Candy Trail. Looking for Golem Foundry. Bottom and bottom. Play Mirror Retriever. Let's Deadly Dispute this Retriever. Find the Ashnod's Altar, which is pretty good. Play Mirror Retriever again. And we'll Deadly Dispute it again. I have 1 Deadly Dispute left in hand. Play Candy Trail. I guess maybe these are both good. Play Chromatic Star. Pass the turn. Let's attack with the Golem. I'm gonna have to win by like kind of tight time management plays. Okay, our opponent's gonna double block. I'm passing the turn. Don't have anything this turn either, so I'm gonna pass. plays a synthesizer. And what do they flip? They flip a plains, plays a Glinthawk, picking up the synthesizer, revealing a revoke existence, which I'm fine with, I don't care. You can revoke any of my things. Plays a synthesizer. We are both lagging pretty hard. Citadel Gate. They're tapping some mana. It looks like they're going to crack another synthesizer. Revealing Cast into the Fire. But they only have one card in hand after this. I think if I were them, I would gate the Sacred Cat. They gate the Seeker the way. Attack with everything. Block your Vigilance creature. So now we are officially ahead on clock for a short period. Let's play the Energy Refractor. Green. Gain 5 life. Ancient Stirrings, looking for that last Golem Foundry. Take the Altar, I guess. Deadly Dispute the Chromatic Star. I do have one left, I think. Draw. Play a Candy Trail. Trying to find it. Bottom. Top. Crack. We're going to crack a Candy Trail. Play Chromatic Star. Deadly Dispute the Star. There it is. Play this Altar. Play Foundry. The Mirror Retriever. Always yes. And then we'll just start sacking. Problem is that I'm gaining way too much life. It's taking a lot of time. I'm going to do 2 more loops. I make another golem, basically. So I have a little bit of mana if I need. And I'm going to attack with my Fangren Marauder. I could always just eat the Fangren Marauder with the Astronaut's Altar to get rid of the life gain. Because we are in a timeout battle at the moment. Pass the turn. Attack. They're going to block. They don't want to lose their life. Let's see how they do with time management. I suppose I should have just put the creatures onto the table with the Golem Foundry right away. Let's see what creature they gate up. They gate the Seeker the way. Okay. They give it unblockable. They're going to attack with just the Seeker the way. Okay. Lightning Bolt the Mirror Retriever. It's fine. Yep. Get back my Mirror Retriever. They're going to gain 10 life. Pop out a couple golems. Pass the turn. Go Astronaut's Altar. Then play Mirror Retriever. So their best plan right now is to try to deck me, basically. Because I have to waste so much time actually looping. It's kind of rough. Okay, we're going to attack you. I suppose they block with the Sacred Cats. Weird. Okay, so they're going to take 1 damage. I'm going to start getting back Mirror Retrievers. I don't really want to just... I guess maybe I should have attacked with the Fangren Marauder too. That way I would have eaten their creatures with my Fangren Marauder, and then I would have stopped this life gain trigger problem that I'm having. So I'm just going to loop 3 more times. Watching that clock. I suppose I'll have to loop 2 more times and then just play the Expedition map. That's probably fine. So I'm putting some Golem Foundry tokens on the stack and pass the turn. Okay, Mr. Synth. What are you going to do? They've got Lembuses to gain a bunch of life, which is going to be annoying. They gate the Seeker the way again. This time we can block with the Mirror Retriever. And then if they play a spell, we just sacrifice the Mirror Retriever, get back Mirror Retriever. They don't play a spell, so that's fine, I guess. They're at 5:18 on clock. They activate the Sacred Cat. Make another cat. Plays another Seeker the way. Okay, we're going to draw. Attack with everything. Except the Mirror Retriever, just for time saving. Oh no. Lag. So we have 20 power coming in. Our opponent's going to chump a lot, looks like. They're double blocking one of the golems. Okay. They're not going to block the Fangren Marauder. I think they recognize that that's causing me a lot of time suck. Smart. Wizard's Rockets. Play Mirror Retriever. And then let's get some more onto the table. They got rid of one of my creatures. Okay, it's pretty stressful. I wonder if this is entertaining or not. If this is entertaining, let me know. Watching me battle the clock versus a Boros opponent that loves to find those angles. That's okay. That's how Boros works. You know, mid-range versus combo. If you were in paper, you would have already made infinite golems and said pass the turn. You would have won by a long shot, but you wouldn't have had as much fun, right? So we're going to be doing these loops anyway. Maybe it's just worth it to go to 9 here. Opponent's at 4:11 on clock. Can't tell if they're F6 or not. Looks like they are not. I'm spam clicking to get as much hyperspeed as possible. I'm going to F6 here. They're at 3:50 on clock. Ah, crud. So here they can attack with the 2 Seeker of the Ways, and then I can just block with my 2 Mirror Retrievers, which means, sorry, Journey to Nowhere. So, I mean, we can sacrifice in response to the Journey to Nowhere. Hopefully they go after the Fengen Marauder. They might go after a Mirror Retriever. Okay. Fengen Marauder's dead. That's actually better for me. Okay, they're going to gate the cat. I think I'm going to block here, and then triple block this one. So this Seeker of the Way is going to die, and then I'm going to sacrifice these 2 so they don't gain the life. So I'm stopping them from having 12 extra life. Sacrifice, get back Mirror Retriever, sacrifice again, get back Mirror Retriever, pass the turn, and Floating Mana goes away. So they're going to go to 30 or 43. My turn. Play this Retriever. Play another Retriever. Sacrifice the Retriever. Getting back Retriever. Playing a Retriever. And then making Golem and passing the turn. Alright. 18 damage. They're at 25. I have 5 cards left in the library. Even if I lose this, I can just F6 through the game 3 and they'll lose the clock. Okay, my turn. Alright, we're going to go attack. They take 21. Okay, pass the turn then. Plays another gate. Plays Wedding Invitation. Okay. So I assume they're going to gate up their cat. They're cracking the synthesizer. They reveal a Basilisk Gate. They gate the Seeker of the Way. I assume they Wedding Invitation. Yep. I'll just pass the turn then. Take 11. We have 21 damage coming in. I think we are going to win with plenty of time. They scooped it up. Writing's on the wall, baby. You can't defeat me. You think you'd use the clock? I was born in the clock. On to round 5. Round 5 versus Niederschatten. They like to play blue decks. This is a pretty good hand. We're going to keep. Go land into Wizard's Rockets. The last few times I played them, they were on Fae. So we can Deadly Dispute. We have Expedition Map anyway. Okay. Let's go map. Play Candy Trail just to see what's on top of our deck. Power Plant. We don't want those. Pass the turn. So they're holding up Spellsetter Sprite. We'll go ahead and get our mine and play it. And then I'm going to do Yield until next end step, which means if they flash into Spellsetter Sprite on end step, I can Deadly Dispute the Candy Trail. I don't know if that's going to be necessary. Alright, let's just draw a card. Pass the turn. Find a Chromatic Star. We have the black source from the swamp to be able to cast a Deadly Dispute, and then eventually we can crop rotation. Kind of waiting for them to just slam a Monarch, and then I can just do a bunch of stuff. Land. I'll pass the turn. I've got the mana advantage. I don't want to get Spellsettered, though. I guess I could have just Deadly Disputed there, because they couldn't do anything. I'm on my end step. I probably should have Deadly Disputed the whole time. Don't really have anything that I can play. Let's Deadly Dispute here. Now I can just cast the Rowan's Grim Search. I think I'm going to pass. We have a lot of 1-drops now. They Bajuka Bog me. So if they ninja, they can't Spell Stutter Sprite. Alright, why don't I just Grotto and see what's on top? Blood Fountain is medium. I'm gonna bottom that. Let's go for a Candy Trail. So I get more card selection, basically. They will Spell Stutter the Candy Trail. Alright. So I'll play Wizard's Rockets. And then just bargain it. Get a lot of value. So get to draw a card, and then look 4 deep. Take the Mirror Retriever. That seems like all I need right here. So I get 1 extra card. Let's crop rotation this for a tower. So I have more mana. Play Chromatic Star. Crack it for green. Looking for Golem Foundry. Ancient Stirrings. I'm taking the rockets, I guess. Play the rocket. And then I get kind of beat up by a Spell Pierce here if I do this. So let's play Star, Star, into Retriever. Did not gain 33 life, but I don't think it was... This is not like... Do I need 33 life at this moment? Not really. We could have another opportunity to use the Weather the Storm. Enough out. Okay, I'll get back the Candy Trail. Our opponent attacks for 2 mana, or 2 creatures. They get a ninja. So they can Spell Stutter Sprite the Candy Trail. I'm going to tap all my mana and use the Wizard's Rockets. Green, green, red, and then the rest black. Reckless Fireweaver. So if I play that right now, they probably Spell Stutter. I can attempt to Grim Search first on the Chromatic Star. They can Counterspell. They decide not to Counterspell, it looks like. So we find Fountain Retriever. Okay. Let's play this Fireweaver. They can Sprite this. The Fireweaver is a blocker for the ninja, which is part of what I'm thinking about getting that onto the table. Play a Candy Trail. Okay, you take a damage. Go to 16. Ancient Stirring's Deadly Dispute. Let's top both of these. Play a Blood Fountain. They're going to Spell Stutter that. That means now I can actually land my Mirror Retriever. Maybe I should have played the Mirror Retriever first, so I Spell Stutter the Retriever and I got the Blood Fountain onto the battlefield. I wanted to have a blocker for the ninja. And now I can Weather the Storm for many storms. Let's see if they can pick their Spell Stutter Sprite back up. They're going to cast a Brainstorm. So a Deadly Dispute on top. They play a Contaminated Aquifer and get in for 2. Will they ninja? No ninja. No shuffle either. Let's draw a card. Try an Ancient Stirrings. Counterspell or... Okay, if there's a Golem Foundry, they kind of have to counter that. I'll take that. Play the Golem Foundry. Opponent uses a Counterspell. Nope. Undo. Well, if you don't have Counterspell, you can't counter, but you can counter it with Spell Stutter Sprite or Counterspell here. Use a Spell Stutter Sprite. Okay. You have 4 Spell Stutter Sprites? Actually, looks like I just have a win. You'd have to have the 4th Spell Stutter Sprite here. If they don't, then I can sacrifice Retriever for Retriever on repeat and deal infinite damage. They could have a removal spell for the Fireweaver or the Retriever. If they remove the Retriever here, I'm going to get back the Blood Fountain and play the Blood Fountain. Okay. Let's alter the Retriever. Get back the Blood Fountain. Play the Blood Fountain. Then I'm just going to go ahead and token away a Weather the Storm. Play a land. Pass the turn. So they are going to draw 2 cards this turn. They have triple Spell Stutter Sprite in hand. No extra ninja. 4 cards in hand. They play an Augur of Bolas. And it gets a Counterspell. Not the greatest. I'm going to play Blood Fountain back my Mirror Retrievers. Play the Polluted Mire. Play Mirror Retriever. Probably Counterspell. Could be in a rough situation here. There's the Counterspell. Play another Mirror Retriever. Gonna F6 here. I want to block and get back. Not sure. They play an Augur of Boros. Revealing a Preordain. Cast the Preordain. I think I should just not block and then use my Grim Search and my Deadly Dispute. Tax for 1,000,000. They went top bottom off the Preordain, so they already drew. No blocks. They get to draw a card. Okay. So this is kind of the defining moment of the game. Snuff out. Okay. Get back Mirror Retriever. They have Bojuka Bog in hand. Play Mirror Retriever. Counterspell wrecks me here. That sucks. Rack this altar. Just take the Wizard's Rockets here. Don't know what I'm doing at this moment. Just trying to do stuff. Black. Deadly Dispute the Rocket. We're just going to go to game 2. I got out-navigated, I think. Triple Spellstutter Sprites, 2 free. Wrecked. So I want these. Don't need the Fireweaver. Don't think I really need this extra Weather the Storm. Maybe Fireweaver is better than Weather the Storm here. Let's submit. I really like Scattershot for clearing the board versus fairies. Alright, we're keeping. We have Deadly Dispute. We have Rockets. We can go turn 1 Rocket. See what's on top. Grim Search. Okay. Play the Rocket. Pass the turn. We're going to draw the Grim Search and then play Candy Trail. We really got beat up by the Bojuka Bog. That's where we got wrecked. So we'll go land, Candy Trail. Looking for a land. I'm going to just draw a card here. Lay out my map. Next turn, I'm going to draw the Golem Foundry. They have a Ninja. Crack 4 mine and then play the Chromatic Star. The 1-drop version of Altar is a little bit worse versus blue-black fairies, it seems. They play another land, so they could go fairy and then have Spellstutter Sprite up. Oh, wow. Found the tower. That's really, 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 really good. Golem Foundry. See if they want to counterspell. Seems like something you would want to counterspell. But if they don't counterspell it, alright, they do. Play Mirror Retriever. Then I'm going to Deadly Dispute the Chromatic Star. And that's all of our land drops for the turn. Pass the turn. I'm going to block and get back the Golem Foundry. Okay, blocks are applied. We're going to get back the Golem Foundry. You have to have another counterspell or another fairy into Spellstutter Sprite. We're looking to draw into Scattershot. They do have another fairy. So I guess I lead on the Candy Trail to try and see if I can find a Scattershot. I found it anyway. Wow. Okay. So Golem Foundry. They don't have it. Candy Trail. Blood Fountain, Deadly Dispute. Let's top both of these. Crack the Candy Trail. Play the Blood Fountain. They finally bite on the Spellstutter Sprite. Haha! Baited. Boom. This one, and 2 here. Man, Scattershot is good versus fairies. Oh, that was like really good. Cast a Lorien Revealed, hard cast, okay. Going to lead on Deadly Dispute the Blood Token. Okay. Wizard's Rockets. And then I'm going to Deadly Dispute the Wizard's Rockets. So now we have a 3/3. Ancient Stirrings, okay. So I can Chromatic Star. Can crack for green and cast Ancient Stirrings. Another Scattershot, hello. Okay, so we find Ashnod's Altar or Golem Foundry. At this point, I think I just want another Golem Foundry. Play another Golem Foundry. And then I will play land. Play Expedition Map. Always yes. And then I think I'm going to just crack the map right now for the grotto and pass the turn. They cast a Murmuring Mystic. Okay. So that does clog up the air, or the board, I mean. We'll make 2 3/3s and pass the turn. I find an Astronaut's Altar anyway. Okay, play that. So I can do like this slow loop where I sacrifice Mirror Retriever for Blood Fountain and it casts a bunch of mana. Sure, they snuff out a Golem. Play Grotto and see what's on top. Mirror Retriever? Okay, I guess you're dead. Draw. Mirror Retriever. That's the loop. Usually they're cool about scooping, and we're on to game 3. Nice. Okay, do it again. Just try to draw into my scatter shots. Kind of comes down to that. Okay, we have... It's a weird hand. I'm going to keep. Kind of odd. Land, land. Somehow get the Refractor into play. Crop Rotation. We can maybe get Tron online. I mean, if the Refractor stays on the battlefield, we're good. Golem Foundry is good. Pass the turn. Pass again. And what are you on? Okay, so they play a tap land. We can get our Refractor into the battlefield. No Spell Pierce, but they do have a Brainstorm. We draw a card. Another Refractor. We have double Foundry. So I'm just going to slam the Foundry here. Do you have a Counterspell? They do. No Spell Stutter Sprite. 4 mana. So here comes the Monarch. Power. Make a green. Crop Rotation this. We get the Power Plant into play. And then we're going to go ahead and play the Golem Foundry. Did I play the Mirror Retriever? Or... yeah, let's play double Mirror Retriever. That way I can threaten to take the Monarchy. Your turn. I can also get back my Golem Foundry and then make even more Golems and then hopefully wreck them. Much different game than game 2. Okay, they're going to hardcast the Lorien Revealed here, which is pretty nice because now they're tapped out. But they could have free spells to kill the Mirror Retrievers. They have to discard a hand size. They probably shouldn't have F6'd. That discarding a hand size kind of means to me that they don't have Snuff Out. Yeah. Because they would have done it on their end step. Okay, we are the Monarch. They did have the Snuff Out. That's really surprising. We get back the Golem Foundry. And then we get back the Mirror Retriever. Then we play the Golem Foundry. Mirror Retriever. Can play Chromatic Star. Let's just play the Energy Refractor. If I draw another land, then I can play the Fire Weaver as well. I can Crop Rotation. This for Tower. Or I can go Star into Crop Rotation. That's much better. Star. Green. Okay, that didn't matter now. So, do I want to just crop to Scry? I'm going to crop to Scry. Crop the Mine. Grab the Grotto. Let's see what's on top. Map I do not want. I could convert the map into a draw spell, but let's pass the turn. We're definitely looking like we could probably take back the Monarch. Opponent is preordaining. I don't really want to F6 because they could Echoing Truth the Golem Foundries. Ponder. They chose to not shuffle, so they liked one of the cards. They have Echoing Decay. Then, okay, they play Fairy Seer, so they have 2 blockers now. They scry top bottom, so that whatever they scryed on top, they're going to draw on the end step. So I think I have to pop out 3 golems and attack with everything but the Fire Weaver. There's a Bajuka Bog. Darn. Okay, 1, 2, 3. They blue blast my Fire Weaver. It's a little surprising. I find Astronaut's Altar, which is cool, but it doesn't win the game. Let's attack for 6. I'm going to attack with all my 3/3s. Well, might as well. I don't really want to attack with the Golem, with the Mirror Retriever, because I don't have anything to get back. Okay, they're going to let their Monarch die. I get to draw a card. Pass the turn. I draw a swamp. Not the greatest. Let's pass again. They could Okiva me, maybe off the Fairy Seer. They're going to get back the Monarchy pretty much regardless. Kind of surprised they brought in Hydroblast. They are going to play an Okiva Gang. Luckily, I just drew a land that I don't care about. They become the Monarch. I discard my land. Fair's fair. Plays the Aqueduct, getting back the Bojuka Bog. And Fairy Seer. Okay, draws a card. So I find a Blood Fountain. Let's go black. Play the Blood Fountain. And then we can make a Blood Token. Attack with everything. That's 7 damage. We get to be the Monarch. Then I'm going to go sacrifice the Mirror Retriever for no value. Blood Fountain back the Mirror Retriever. Play the Mirror Retriever. Sacrifice the Mirror Retriever for the Blood Fountain. Black. Play the Blood Fountain again. If I have 2 more golems, I could sacrifice this Blood Fountain. Get back the Mirror Retriever. Sacrifice this one. Make a black. Get back the Mirror Retriever. And the Fireweaver. Okay. Then I can sacrifice this. Play the Mirror Retriever. Okay. Sacrifice the Mirror Retriever for the Blood Fountain. Make a black. Play the Blood Fountain. Now I make a bunch of golems. I don't have to discard my Fireweaver. Were they dead this turn? Maybe. They might have been dead. I think I screwed up earlier because I didn't get back the Fireweaver. Whoops. Murmuring Mystic, okay. Bojuka bogs away my Mirror Retriever. So we only have 2 left in the deck, I think, at this point. Opponent's going to go for the no attacks. I'm going to make some golems. I'm going to pass the turn. Then I'm going to play out my Fireweaver. They have a Sprite. Okay. All your creatures are going to die. Except for the Murmuring Mystic. And then I think I can win. Go Power Plant. Play Mirror Retriever. Black. Yep, this is GG, I think. Get back the Reckless Fireweaver. Play that by sacrificing the Golem. Red. Fireweaver. Sacrifice the Mirror Retriever. Make a black. This puts them to 1. And we win. 4-1 with a swift defeat in round 1 to Jeskai Glitters, where we didn't do anything in game 1. It kind of just failed. And then game 2, we ended up like getting wrecked by the turn 2 Glitters. Glitters is very frustrating, but it is what it is. We've finished with a 4-1. Yeah. So if you're interested in checking out the Patreon's sideboard guide, make sure to hit up patreon.com/kalikaiz. Join the Storm Discord or the Familiars Discord to get in touch with me. You can find me on Twitter at JakeALS. And make sure to like and subscribe. We'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.